It's 10 o'clock. It's only that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I love doing that. So it's 10 p.m. Spanish time. It's still pretty hot. I think the temperatures, when I last looked, when I took Bonnie out, I'm sure it was about 29 in the shade. But even though the sun's gone down now, let's have a quick look just to prove it. Okay, so it's saying 27 now. Okay. Oh, so tomorrow it's going to be 34 in the day in the shade. Now, I did do a temperature thing in the week. I actually left it out in the bright sun. It was nearly touching 50. So that gives you an idea, because I do see a lot of these, what I call tourist people here in Spain, lily white. They've been out in the sun for about 10 minutes and they've gone bright red, like a lobster. Anyway, let's have a quick look on the comments. This is in already. So Colin, I can see Colin. Well, I presume Colin was first in. So top man Colin, the Flyboy's in. Simon, and he's got a question already for Flyboy. So I'll do that in a minute, Flyboy. Simon, Jim, RV Wallbangers in the house. Well done. He's got evening. He missed out a bit. Andrew, evening. Sean says RV. Ian again. Yabes is in the house. I think I'm right in thinking from Torreveca. And Tommy. So we got 24 in the house. So don't forget, guys, don't be tight. 24 likes. It said it didn't cost you nothing. So anyway, going back to Flyboy, because he's got a question there straight away. Evening, Sean. I have a question. Casa Bank are offering alarm systems that go straight through to the police station if house gets broken in. To just wondering how people get on with this setup. Yeah, I've heard about that. Now, funny enough, the security company that they're obviously sponsoring, or obviously they get a commission off, is the same security company that look after the bank. Now, I'm right in thinking, since I've been there, I think the bank's been done over about 3 or 4 times now with their security system. Obviously, what happens is when the bank gets broken into, it goes straight to them. Now, I presume they would obviously contact the police, and then maybe, I don't think they actually send anybody around, but I would imagine they just tell the police how long that takes in response, because usually when the bank gets done over, they're just going for the cash machines. I think one time they actually got into the bank and trying to get in the back of the cash machine. They've actually pulled down the whole front of the bank. Now, don't forget, the bank's got security cameras on it. No, so it's not like they break down the door and then that sets the alarm off. They've actually got security cameras, which means that they're supposed to be monitored. Now, usually with these high-tech cameras now, they've got motion sensors on them. So anybody hanging around, obviously their cash machine I've gone to the cash machine at night. They should still pick up people anyway. Personally, I would just go on Amazon or go down to Media Mart. I think it was at PC Components, and buy your own security cameras, because obviously with the bank, there'd be a monthly fee. And from what I've heard, I don't know about the bank's palaver, but I know with other security companies that do a monthly charge, it starts off like say €30, and then before you know, because it's a direct debit, and I've always been told here in Spain, try and stay clear of direct debits. and I've tried that. I think the only thing I pay direct, which you got to pay anyway, is obviously your tax comes straight out. And what else do I pay on direct debit? Oh yeah, the water rates, obviously the electric. But other than that, I pay everything. I go there and pay it in cash or whatever. So I mean, unless there's somebody there watching us now who's, yes, I use that fantastic alarm system. I think it's called Security, something like that. Now, another thing about that company, they're not allowed to go around to people's houses trying to sell it, and they do. I caught them at our side gate. Two guys, one with a clipboard, making out, pulling some survey, and my wife opened the gate, and I told them to hop it because they're not allowed to do that. That's hard selling, and that's against the law here in Spain. And this is coming from a security company. So, yeah, I haven't got a lot to say about anything that the bank's doing. But I know my wife's got a car insurance with the bank, and I think the bank does other things. But I personally would do it yourself. Get a outdoor security camera with a solar power thing on it. You ain't got to worry about electric. A lot of them now are so high tech now. It can see in the dark and it can pick up things. You can actually speak through it as well. Because obviously sometimes you're in your house watching the telly, the Amazon man turns up, you can see it on the screen, he'll say hello, and you can talk back to him. What's better? I don't think this security company, this alarm system thing, will do the same. Unless, like I've just said, some house has already got it and praises them. But I would be amazed if they do. Anyway, good question there, Flyboy. Fly by, sorry, I keep saying Flyboy. Fly by. Right, let's go through the questions. So Yabis, he's in Bournemouth. 27. Hey, that's not bad, is it? Same temperature then. Same humidity. Des is in the house. Hey, Des, good luck tonight, mate, because it's the free sticker night tonight. Up for grabs. Grockles. Oh, yeah. You know what? I missed that word because that's what I think is a Dorset word, that Grockles. Yeah, on the coast of Dorset. But there can't be many people getting sunburnt there, surely. Katie's in the house. Well done. Evening, Sean. So Steve, life in black shorts. Hi, Sean. Did I miss? Yes, you did. You missed the free sticky thing. Right. So to get the free sticky thing, or the free sticker Sunday, and now next Sunday it's going to be the free magnet Sunday. But to get it, guys, you got to be a subscriber, because what will happen, because on Sunday morning I go live when I want to. I don't give you any warning. So if you're a subscriber, you should, I know some of you don't get it, but you should get a notification. I think we had 26 today, so those 26 people got it. And you get a notification to say, I'll go on live. I'll go live for 5 minutes. In that live and in that chat, not below the video, but in the live chat, if you say free sticker Sunday, you're in for a chance of winning it. But next Sunday, it's going to be the free magnet. So there you are. All right, thanks, Sean. Very interesting as usual. That's all right. I don't get no commission, see. All right, got to pop out, Sean, so won't see the rest of the night. Anyway, Des, top man for popping in. You never know. If you do win it, I'll put it by for you. Right, 27. No aircon. It's all. Oh, you see, Yabis, we've got the aircon on. We've got the fans going. I've got the fan going in there at the moment. Cheryl's in the house. Well done. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, July and August is always I enjoy it, but it does get you a little bit warmer in the evenings. And I said before, I will be putting an aircon machine in there, hopefully up working next year. But this year, I'm saving the pennies a bit. Right. And Deb is saying, hi, Sean, is there anything you wish you had known before you moved to Spain? Right, that's a good question, that, really. Is anything I wish I'd known before I moved to Spain? I suppose I mean, I know we got to pay tax, but I think tax. I mean, I know, I'd say I'm not. We've got to pay tax, haven't we? But I was a little bit shocked, being a pensioner, that I have to pay tax. But hey ho. I mean, yeah, I didn't really know that. I suppose I should have known that, really. What else could I say? Because I suppose tax you got to pay, ain't you? What else would I known before I moved to Spain? Um, I mean, obviously, one of the main things here in Spain, everything's so slow. It's manana, manana. You might want anything done. Don't expect it to done tomorrow or in the next 5 minutes, because that don't happen here. And like bureaucracy is another thing here. Like you want to get something done. Now I've got a medical card that I renewed, I think, over a year ago. Still ain't got it. Jan's got hers and got mine. I mean, I'm not really worried about it, because when you go to the hospital, you just show your TIE card that you're on the system. I ain't got it. Now, I did my driving license back in April because it's my birthday. I ain't got that. But I'm not worried, because on my phone, it's on my phone because I've got a digital signature. Something worth getting, guys. I can tell you. So as soon as I applied for my new license, it was already on there. But I haven't got my card back yet. I've got a piece of paper. Now people say you're supposed to renew it, but I've got it on air. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm covered. How the law goes on that, I don't know. Spain seems to make up laws as they go these days, depending on which region you live in. But other than that, I mean, everything's here. Kit Kats. I can get Kit Kat. I can get Marmite. Anything else which I've known. I mean, I'm going to think of it later on, but at the moment, no, not really. I mean, I think what would have been nice if I could have speak fluent Spanish. That would have been amazing. But that's not something which I've known before, obviously. So I'll think about that, Deb. At the moment, it's a bit blank up there. So yeah, but don't clear anything, Sean. Otherwise, you get taxed for it. Well, that's very true, Yavis. But sometimes you have to declare some. Well, you got to declare it in the end of the day because they catch up with you. I've met people here who's got it in their heads. I don't pay tax. I pay it in the UK. I've got this accountant that I pay him €500 a month for a year. No, not a month. Obviously, a year or something like that. And I pay my UK tax only. I don't have to pay Spanish tax, guys. When you live here in Spain, you have to pay Spanish tax. There's no way around it. But anyway, some people seem to think they don't have to pay tax. But I'm sure when they get caught, that's their own fault. And I've seen quite a few people recently being caught. Right, I've got Arena is there. I see a lot of talk about the garden waste being dumped in certain areas. What are you supposed to do with garden and household waste, and what is the approximate cost? Okay, so that I'm talking about. I mean, I'll take it you're on about Campusol. Now, obviously, if it's about Campusol, then at the moment, behind the hotel on Campusol C is they call it the eco area now. I don't know if they call it the eco park, but that's where you're supposed to now to take your green waste, even though the signage not really clear at the moment. It's been over the past couple of months. There's been a few fires that seemed to kick the council in gear now. Now they've cleared the areas where you used to dump the green waste, which was on Campusol B on the car park. Now that's all been cleared, and as far as I know, nobody's dumping there. Mainly because they've got a big sign up there saying if you dump it here, I think it's €12,000 fine. And they supposedly got cameras up there. And from what I can see, there's no dumping there at all. There's two signs. One sign, it's all in different language as well, so there's no excuse. In different, I think it's in French, German, it's obviously Spanish and English, and that tells you also the timings. But I think at the moment, behind the hotel on sea, the gates are open, and people have been dumping their green waste in there. Now, because it's August, the council will have their holiday, so nothing to get done now until probably September. So D's been cleared apparently. I'm not too sure because on D they've got two areas they used to have. I know one near the football pitch has been cleared. There's been signs up, and the guy has said if he sees anybody dumping, he'll report it. So that's another thing to be clear of. Now on A, they haven't bothered to clear that yet. So it's a bit of a misnomer at the moment. But at the moment, if you've got any green waste, you dump it on C behind the hotel. As long as the gates are open, you see that there'll be skips in there. But if you've got any furniture and that has to go. As far as I know, it has to go down to the Eco Park, which is just down the RM3. Just ask people where the Eco. It's not very far away. It's open during the week. I've been in there, dropped a mattress off. Very good. You just show me either your passport if you're a 90-dayer, or if you're a resident, you just show me your TIE card. You ask for your phone number. Your address is on the TIE card. Job done. I'm just having a bit of an indigestion there because I only had my dinner about half hour ago. Right, so the fines for not paying your tax is greater than the original. So there you are. So from Harvey, he knows. I wish someone would do something with this LTAL. Yeah, I do. Be honest, that LTAL, even though now it's got the eco park behind it, would be amazing. Now I ain't heard nothing about it at the moment, but yeah, that would put Campersale back on the map, like it did with the hospital that only opened for 6 months. But I'm sure the hotel would be a bigger draw, and I'm sure all you people out in Abu Dhabi, is it Abu Dhabi? All you foreigners that are looking for an investment, Campersale Hotel's up for grabs. So I hear. Right, so I'm just going back through the questions here. Yeah, we talked about the hotel. Yeah, but in Torrevieja, everyone dumps green waste or any waste late at night in the bin. Now, I'll be honest, where I am, the bins across the road from me 3 times a week, and they're pretty good. But I think mainly it's because they're the business bins. And I'm sure on some of the sectors, they don't seem to get their bins emptied as much as what we do for some reason. But yeah. So hopefully that's answered the question. Thank you very much for answering my question. Yes, they cleared one spot, certainly on D. I mean, I will be going around in September because I'm hoping that on A, I think A is the biggest now. And if that goes up, it'd be such a shame. But anyway, Glenn's in the house. Well done, Glenn. I'll take it you finished, you starting work. You said you was on nights, didn't you? Steve, was you kidding about the £500 for accountants? Yeah, I mean, I think, no, I wasn't kidding about that, to be honest, Steve. I've been talking to a couple of people, this is going back a few years, when I was saying about I have to pay Spanish tax, and they were saying that they pay an accountant. And obviously it's an English accountant living here in Spain. Get caught, you'd be paying them all. And I know somebody else who had a business here in Spain, still living there, and I think they're going to lose their house. They can't leave the country now. It's just not worth the hassle, guys, unfortunately. So I caught up. Steve, I think, Steve, you're coming over soon, aren't you? So you were saying you're parking your car outside my place. I'll just remind you on that, Steve. There is going to be a parking fee. I can't think what it'll be yet, but I'll let you know when you park your car outside my place. So anyway, let's get some questions. I've got some questions there that some were from last week. Now the first question, unfortunately, Frank's just popped in the house. Des come in. He's obviously got to go out and do something, but he asked a question last week about firearms in Spain. And to be honest, I thought firearms in Spain were pretty lax here because I've gone out with Bonnie sometimes, especially on the weekend with the farmers. I've seen kids with the farmers, with the dogs, got the old shotgun, out shooting the rabbits and the pigeons and all those sort of things. But apparently, Spain's quite stringent on the gun laws. So I'll just read this off because I'm not going to remember all this stuff, obviously. In Spain, gun laws are very strict, owing to the use owning and using firearms is highly regulated and requires specific licenses. Now that's Spain loves licenses. Licenses for everything. Putting a doorknob on your cupboard, you need a license. So even having a gun, you're going to need licenses based on the intended use, i.e., hunting, sport hunting, um, procession. Oh yeah, possession without a license or authorization is illegal. Generally, self-defense is not a valid reason to own a firearm in Spain. So if you break into somebody's house and he shoots you, it's a bit like the UK, isn't it? You've got to make sure he does it. You've got to do it in your own property. But anyway, there's not a good excuse for self-defense. So you can't have like a pistol in your side cabinet. I've got a baseball bat. I don't class a baseball bat as the same as a pistol myself, but I'm sure a baseball bat will get a better effect on somebody's head. Yeah, and I've got restrictions on types of firearms, automatic weapons, mature, military grade firearms are generally prohibited except for specific authorized personnel, i.e., the military and police. Obviously, you will see the police, even what a class is PC plod walking about. He's always got a gun. And I think I'm right in thinking even the security guards have some sort of BP gun, I think. Like they can, I mean, obviously carry a truncheon on them. And certain weapons like switchblades, double-edged daggers, and nunchucks. What's that? Anyway, I mean, I'll put that down because I thought that was interesting because I've gone into many a service station as you walk in to go and get your buns and whatever and a cup of coffee. They usually have a glass cabinet with all these. Like I class is what's his name? The guy that used to go around stabbing everybody, Sylvester Stallone. You know that the hunter or whatever he called him. He's got big knives in there. You can buy a knife, which you don't obviously see in the UK, but here in Spain you can buy knives. But they do say switchblades. Never heard of them. Double edged, double edged daggers. Right. Because I've been up to some of the tourist spots and they sell sort of like knuckle dusters and things like that. But apparently, sounds like they're not allowed to do it. And airsoft replicas and classified as category 4 weapons and require a weapons card. So even the old pellet guns, you need a weapons card. I was going to say something then, because if you didn't know, I was in a film a while back and actually had a pistol in the car. Obviously, it wasn't a real one, but it darked. Anyway, Des is not here. I mean, hopefully Des will come back and listen to that. So just in case he was interested in knowing about firearms, because obviously I think at the moment there's been a few incidences in Torrevieja. There's been a shooting. Yeah, there's been a few shootings about. I think it's all to do with turf laws, with the old, not the mafia, but, the Spanish yobs. Not the yobs, not the Spanish yobs, the people that do the drugs, that sort of thing. Turf warfare being going on at the moment. But, guys, it's still a lovely place. I can go out tonight, walk about in the streets. I'm not bothered. Well, it was back in the UK. Especially Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a rough place. I can tell you that. Going through the parks at night, Yabbis, was a bit rough. I bet it ain't no different. And they got cameras there, haven't they? Right. So let's have a quick look here. Right, okay. Got Frank in. Got that bit. Afraid so. So Steve. Car parking, eh? You might get a ticket on your car, Steve. So, Kit Kats. Don't say any more. Evening Sean, late in the parade. Oh, Martin, come on. I know you said you went to the circus. If that's the same Martin, obviously. If it is, you're a top man. Right. Kate. Can anyone recommend property insurance? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let's read that properly. Can anyone recommend property insurers and a rough guide for insuring their net tuno or a property which is a free bed, free bathroom property? Now, obviously, I'm not into recommending any insurance company, and the only things that I recommend is what's below my videos, and that is obviously Currencies Direct, Lobster, ASSSA, and UPSTICKS. But other than that, I don't really know. Anyway, what I've done, I've written it down because funny enough, these are actually on Campusol, and that's Linear Director, MG Insurance, Richardson Insurance Campusol. Now, I used to use IBEX Insurance. Obviously, Cass at the bank does all the insurances. I would say there is not a lot of different. Yeah, so I found that there wasn't a lot of difference really between the car and the house insurances to compare to the UK. Obviously, with the car insurance, you get that added extra, whereas in the UK, all about the breakdown service, that's already included in your car insurance anyway. Whereas in the UK, you've got a choice of have it or not. But here, it's already included. Now, when I first got here in Spain, when I went to IBEX, I said, "Oh, can I pay it monthly?" And they said no. Now, I think they do that now. Now, I know the bank does it. You can pay a monthly charge. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit higher. I don't think they seem to do this interest-free palaver here. I think you still have to pay, as always, even with a tax. When you have to pay your tax, you can pay it in 2 installments. But if you pay it in 3 installments, like I did last year, because I thought, oh, I can pay it in 3 installments. That's good. But they charge you extra for it. Yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, something else that come up a couple of weeks ago. If your property's got rejars on your door, on your windows, and that's these decorative bars. Now, obviously, on campus, not all, but most of the massive properties have got these really stylish bars on the windows. Now, they're decorative, guys. It doesn't take much to pull them off. So if you've got them on there, make sure they're bolted in properly, because the ones that bend outwards, they're just for show, and they can be easily pulled up. Anyway, I was reading there, somebody had put double glazing in there, and I'm still keep saying, I'll get my place double glazed. We got that manky windows that's got metal around it. But even if you put double glazing in, if your property had rejars before, they're supposed to be still fitted apparently. But that might be particular house insurances. So when you're taking out your house insurance, just ask them about that, because I did see that come up and somebody got broken into because they thought they were safer to have double glazed. And apparently, no, you're not covered because you haven't got because you're not right. The insurance companies, anything they get out of it, they put it in a small print at the bottom. Probably won't even tell you about it unless you obviously ask. This is what you got to remember here in Spain. Always ask. No matter how stupid it is, always ask them. But yeah, so hopefully somebody down here might be able to give some ideas as well, Kate. So let's go back and have a look. Yabis, you don't want to walk down Old Christchurch in Bournemouth. You don't mean Boscombe, do you, Yabis? Because even when I was there, that was a bit rough. But I think it was Merrick Park was a bit dodgy at night. Not saying I used to go down there much. Old Christchurch Road, All right. Oh, yeah. It's a shame, isn't it? I mean, I can remember as a kid going to all the nightclubs there and that you can give a bat an eyelid. But obviously, I know when I was leaving, all the beggars are hanging around. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Martin, no, Martin from Anglia. Okay, top man Martin, because there's lots of Martins here. I just thought I'd better check. Deb, do you drink the tap water or do you buy bottled water? Good question. That we do drink the water, but we boil it. So when I'm making a cup of tea, I will boil the water only because now we just had the kitchen put in the basement here, and because we haven't used the downstairs water for quite a while, I think the pipes get furrowed up or whatever. God, and we made a cup of tea. God, it tastes horrible, but it's the same water that's coming through all the other pipes in the house. So what we tend to do is we buy bottled water for drinking, for cold drinks, but for cups of tea. I mean, people say there's nothing wrong with water, but it does taste a little bit tangy. So yeah, I do drink the water. I mean, what is another interesting fact is obviously poor old Bonnie doesn't get no choice. I'm talking about my dog. I used to give him tap water, and after if I leave it in there, say I don't know 3 or 4 days, we get that lime scale around it. Now, when I use the bottled water, we got that virtually every day. So we started giving Bonnie bottled water, and we found that the bowl got worse and worse. So she's gone back to tap water, but she likes it. Well, she doesn't say anything about it, unfortunately. Um, anyway, so there you are. Yeah, bottled water. And to be honest, it didn't cost much, does it? Bottled water. I mean, if you want to get the ultra spring water, it costs a little bit more, obviously, but the normal bottled water, I think you're talking a couple of euros and you get 6 litre bottles, can't you? Okay. Yabbers, they find bodies every week in Merrick Park. Well, not dead bodies, surely. I mean, obviously, yeah. Obviously, the trampy people will use all the park benches, no doubt. Right, Steve, ASSA question or Sean's drone channel? No, I'm talking about ASSA, the health insurance company. Not ASSA, ASSA. Anyway, well done, Steve, for pointing that out. Obviously, my voice probably sounds like ASSA, but it won't. So, next question, and that's from Brian. Let's have a quick check of the time. God, you know what? I can't believe it's gone half past already. So, I'll do this question, and then we'll do phrase stacker. So, Brian's questioning, any news on the proposed biomass plant? We've signed the petition against it. Right, Brian. Good one, because that is all over the place at the moment. Because obviously I've done this the other week and we didn't get around to answering that question. So I can safely say, me and Jan, we've signed it. We went to CompuServe and they've got the petition forms in there that you can sign. Now, for some reason, the council have allowed us to, I think we got until this week now to sign up. And I think the last count that I heard was about 2,000 signatures. Now, I'm not 100% on that because it seems to change everything. Now, tomorrow there's supposed to be a meeting, and somebody's going to say, "Where's the meeting?" I to be honest, they didn't say where the meeting is. There's a meeting tomorrow with the council, and I believe somebody. I don't know if it is of somebody from the biomass plant. It's going to be there. Now, all I can say, last week on the radio, I think it's Costa Calida radio, they had a spokeslady, a PR lady, and apparently some of my mates said, "Oh, yeah, she did a good job. She answered nearly all the questions. There's a couple of questions she couldn't answer, which is interesting." I think one of the things that they put across, this is going to be a covered plant, apparently, and it's going to be like 20 vehicles a day. But it could, she did sort of say, I think, because I didn't listen to it, I'm only listening to the gossip that I get sometimes and like the coffee. as much as 70 trucks, or it's going to be up to 70 trucks. But it looks quite a big plant. It says won't be able to smell it. Can you believe that? No. To be honest, it's too close. I don't know how the council ever allowed it anyway. Now, I'm hoping it will be thrown out because it's still in the proposal stage, even though it sounds like this company has done a lot of research, not research, but they've done a lot of pictures of what it's going to look like. I don't think really gone into how big it's going to be. What else have I got on there? I mean, I wrote it down, Brian, but the annoying thing is a lot of people didn't know about it, and that's only because not everybody's on the internet. I'm talking about it's if you're on Facebook, fantastic, but a lot of people not on Facebook. There's a lot of people living there that have got holiday homes there, and they're probably oblivious to what's going on at the moment. And I think that's the most wrong thing of this council, not putting out some sort of message, a leaflet somewhere, because there are groups on Campusol that they meet with, and then they pass on information. And apparently last week there was a meeting in one of the villages, not nowhere near where we are. Then a meeting there. There's a lawyer who's fighting against it because they said it shouldn't be built here. This is a farm, and I even know this biochem thing is all about animal waste mainly. It's nothing to do with the green waste. That's just a side thing. It's all to do with the animal waste. We're talking about the pig poo, all that sort of stuff. And it's obviously to convert it into methane. And they haven't really gone into what that methane is going to be used for, other than they're going to sell it to somebody. And the company's not even local. There's been no mention about will it give local jobs. There's been nothing about that. It's a company from Madrid. And apparently there's another village not too far, about an hour's drive away from here. No warning. Theirs is even closer to the village. But obviously, this ain't a village. This is like a frigging town here in Campusol. I mean, and obviously it affects the Condado. It affects El Paraton. Hopefully it'll get, because now the news is starting to get their ear on it. And I'm sure the mayor will not want to be looking like twat. That's the word for it, isn't it? So at the moment, he sounds like he's all for it, or he's all against it. He's on the fence, but I think he won't want all that coming against him. Obviously, because he's got elections coming up, probably in a couple of years' time, and I'm sure he won't want to be the person who let that thing to be built just down the road from there. And I'm amazed that there's still not a huge amount of publicity at the moment. But I'm sure in the next coming weeks, as this progresses more, the news and the press, because they're going to love it. But at the moment, it's still a bit quiet. But I think you still got another week to put in your proposal against it. Me and Jan have. But yeah. So what I'm going to do now, because it's nearly 22 and I haven't done the best part of the evening, the Free Sticker Sunday draw. So here we go. I haven't seen Captain Yogi in yet, so I've got Yogi's lucky hat now in there. It's all in there, guys. It's not fixed or nothing. And Yogi didn't enter tonight, so I know straight away Yogi's not going to be picked. So here we go. Now, being a left-hander, it does make things difficult for me, so I've got to do the drum roll. Here we go. Picking around there. I'm going to get one. I've got one. Okay, and what I try and do is open it up so you lot see it first. So here we go. Martin. I've got Martin. Who can that be? Martin. I think I've got another Martin on there, but I think this is a Martin that just does his own name. So Martin, all I need, believe it or not, is your real name. Because I've just got Martin on here. I'll just read you your real name, your address. If you want to contact me, because here it is, this sticker needs to get to you. I need obviously your name and address. And most people contact me on Instagram, and obviously it's Expat and Mazaron. And if you just send me that, you can do it tonight. If you're watching still, if you're not, do it when you can. That would be fantastic. So Martin, well done. I don't know if it's the Martin that's on tonight. It may be. I don't know. So I'm going to put that down there in a minute before the wind blows it off. So well done, Martin. You're a top man. Right. Now I've got to go back to the comments. I've got 2 comments there. Right. I've got Yabis here. For security in Torrevieja, we've got a couple of Wi-Fi cameras with online recording inside and out. If anything happens, we could be there in a day. We don't trust the €50 a month security companies. I mean, a lot of people have got these security cameras. People got like these doorbells that's got a camera on it. Obviously, there is a law in Spain, but to be quite honest, even the council's on about installing cameras now about Campasol. When that happens, it'll be amazing. So I noticed now, even when you're driving through some of the villages now, they're putting up security cameras. I know when you go into the Mazaron Country Club, there's cameras on the entrance. There's cameras dotted around the perimeter as well. Yogi's in the house. Hey, top man. Oh, it's Martin. It's me, Martin from Villa Martin. It's you. It's you, Martin. I've got your address, haven't I? Well done. I'm not going to come and see you this time, Martin, unless you're not even here. Are you back in the UK, Martin? I can't remember now if you sent me your home UK address. No, you didn't win nothing, Yogi. Sorry about that. Steve, how come Campasol TV or live stream seems to get very little views? Perhaps need a new presenter. Hint, hint. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go on about Campasol TV too much, but yeah, I think they need to put a bit more advertising. They got these massive poster boards, that especially on B anyway, that I think people don't really know about. I think the thing is, us old people seem to think Facebook rules. Not a lot of people use Facebook now. I think Facebook, to be quite honest, is a thing of the past now. I don't know what other things they got out there now, but they put it on Facebook, obviously YouTube, but YouTube, you gotta. I mean, I think the TV, they put up stuff every day now, but I think they need to, like you said, advertise it more, put it in the magazines. I know it costs something, but any way to get recognised, put it on the radio or go around in a car. Watch Campasol TV. Yeah, they need to put it out there a lot more still. I mean, to be honest, I like watching it. I like watching the history side of it, mainly. So it tells you all about the history around Campasol, Mazaron and that. Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting myself. But they do need... they won't have me, Steve. Don't ask me why. Right, I'm in the UK. So anyway, here we go. We're back into the messages because it's 2:15 now. Can you believe it? I've got 40 if you're looking. So that's gonna mean I've got 40 likes. And I can't see the likes. Now it's just dropped down now to 39. So I shouldn't have mentioned that now, should I? Martin, I'm in the UK, but I'm over next week in September. So if okay with you, Angela and I will come down and see you. Yes. Okay, maybe do an update video to the last. Okay, yeah, that sounds good, Martin, because I've got an idea, Martin. So, okay, I've got your messenger, haven't I? Yeah, let me know when you're back in Spain and we'll meet up and we'll have another chinwag, if that's all right. Okay, Angela, evening, Sean. Martin's very happy to win the sticker. I think he is, because like he said, he's got a full set now. Because he won the magnet, thinking about it, because he gave me a magnet. No, see, just catch you out there, Martin. I've still got it. Look at that, eh? Only the best Villa Martin magnet. See, I've got it all here, Martin. I think I should start doing a collection of magnets from around the area. So, Yabba says Campbell TV needs young lasses. I think they do have a young one. I don't know if she's that young on the golf. I'm not in the golf, but she looks quite young. Okay, Tommy says I've only got 32 likes and I've got 39 of you watching. Come on. So anyway, right. So, right, I've got, even Sean Martin. Yep, got that. Okay, so we're back on that. So I now know which Martin that is. Look forward to it. We'll be in touch September. Top man. Right, so let's go back to the questions. I think I got onto right. Oh, funny enough, Yogi, it's one of your questions. So Yogi's question is, what facilities or activities, I can say all these words, are there in or around Campbell for keeping fit and healthy? All things that I don't do, except maybe walk the dog. So here we go. You're listening, Yogi. And anybody else interested, if you're living in the Campbell area, to keep fit and healthy? 24/7 gym, which is on Campbell B. So you can go in the gym middle of the night if you wanted to. It's got one of those keypad things. You get a number, and you can go in there and you can work yourself to you get those big muscles. Apparently there's a free app which I mentioned before, which is called that you can. It's only for Campus, guys. It's called. I'm going to try and get it up first before I say. All right, what it's called. It's called. You can't see it, can you? I've got to see if I can get it. It's called Hello Events. Now, hopefully, it's going to come up and you're going to see on that screen. Can you see that? It's got Mazaron and Alhambra. It's got all events in the Alhambra. It's the 10th of August to the 8th of September. And it's got and it's not all about singing and music. Most of it is, obviously, and about the bars. You got Sunday service. See, we just missed that. Sunday service at the church. If you didn't know, there's a church on Campus D. You got Fun and Sun at Cat's Bar. I think that was tonight. No, this afternoon. Okay, we got DJ Tony at the Black Ball. That's a bit of music. What else? Come on. We got the Wonder. It's lots of music going on. This is all Sunday. Karaoke night. That's today, apparently. I missed it. I missed the karaokes. Anyway, guys, worth downloading the app. It's called, God, I've got it written down because I don't want to forget about it. It's called Hello Events. Hello Events. It's free and it tells you week by week what's on, because on there also is about the Keep Fit. Now on Campus D, I think it's called the Free Sports Community, but it's open to everybody because over on D you've got the football pitch, basketball. Now at the moment they do stuff for the kids. It's all gonna. You have to go over there and sort it out yourselves. There'll be a poster up there telling you all about who to contact, and also got an outside gymnasium. So they got no excuse. I don't want to exercise in the heat here, especially in August. But what else have I got? Oh yeah, obviously Bacca Mariano's on A. You got tennis. They've got some other ball game that I can't even remember. What else have I got? Come on. Oh yes, here it is. It's called the Campusol Free Community Sports. So put that in your diary. You got dancing, gym, walking. Oh yeah, and you got all that. I won't say what ladies do. Yoga, and Pilates. They go down on the beach. I believe they go down to Bowl Wave on the beach. So take your mat with you, and you can do all those stretchy movements. And it's not just for ladies. Apparently, blokes can do it. There's loads of things, to be honest. And also, obviously, if you go down into the town and the port, there is a couple of sports bars, but maybe they're not Maybe they're for drinking, aren't they? But I know there are some gymnasiums, and obviously you can hire out bikes, e-bikes. You got no excuse. But I'm just too old for all that stuff, guys. So there you are, Yogi. Next time you're over, you never do it anyway. Right. Oh, now today on the 5 minutes live, it was Mark. He put a joke up, and I thought, oh, I had that in tonight's thingy. So Mark's joke was, why did the elephants get chucked out of the pool? He couldn't keep his trunks up. I thought that was good. That anyway. I'm not going to do a weekly joke thing, but I just thought I'd put out there. Mark, if you're watching tonight, that was really good. Angela, hey, I've always said it. You're a top lady. Thank you very much. Okay. I don't. Yeah, Davis was saying about the campus old TV should show some Benny Hill and Kenny Everett and 40 Tower. It's not really. I think it's more to do with what's going on around Campusell and not so much the Benny Hill stuff or the Kenny Everetts or the 40 Towers. But I know what you mean. I think CompuServe, which is obviously to do with the Campusell TV, They I think they've got a couple of channels that you can free channels that you can watch, but I think the Campusell TV is mainly aimed at what's going locally for the community of on the TV. But you never know, yeah, because they might be watching tonight and put that on their list. Tommy, up to 42 now. Hey, top people, 42 likes. I like that. So we got that one. Right, so we got out the joke out the way. How we doing? We got less than 10 minutes. Yogi, another question from Yogi, and it's saying, when someone buys their first home in Spain, once they've moved in, what's the first thing you advise them to do? Oh, wow. Now, seriously, I'm being serious now. I had to think on this one. The first thing I would do, obviously, once you buy a property, you need to, what I class as secure it all, innit? And that is house insurance, car insurance, secure your home. So obviously, put up some cameras, change the locks. I think that's a good suggestion as well. I think I forget his name now. The guy on Greg. Anyway, Greg, the security man that lives on campus, so he does like one key for all, which I think is brilliant. Same amount of like 50,000 keys, because obviously one of the things is when you buy a property, it's usually going to be a resale, isn't it? So you don't want to have the last people. They could have been renting it out. So it's always best to get your keys changed. What else have I put on there? Oh yeah, and obviously another thing is when you buy a property, when you buy, you're checking it out. Depending on what time of year it is, if it's the winter time, then make sure it's got some sort of heating, be it central heating, be it a pellet burner, a wood burner. So then, if it's a wood burner like me, you need wood. Get the wood in, or place to store the wood. Obviously, if the pellet burner is the same sort of thing, you need a place to store the bags in a dry place. And obviously, if it's in the summer, you're talking about. I've been in some properties; they ain't got no ceiling fans. Oh, guys, you need it. Honestly, ceiling fans is a must. And aircon, as far as I'm concerned, is another must. So they're the sort of things I would get sorted straight away. So a good question, that, Yogi, because I think people don't really think about that when they buy the property. Obviously, they want to dress it up, cut new curtains, new nets, but obviously house insurance. That would be bad luck. You buy your house and then it burns down. Even though these houses are quite hard to burn because they're all made of concrete, but always best to be safe than sorry, as they say. Right, I'm just having a quick look now. I've got 6 minutes. So Tommy, I'll just read Tommy's question there. Any chance you can do the Sunday morning broadcast later in the morning, like you did this morning, Sean? The early broadcast don't suit me. No, sorry, Tommy. That's the thing. See, if I did it in the afternoon, it wouldn't be the same. Or if I did it this evening, I mean that thing in the morning's only for 5 minutes. Now this morning, I mean, I know obviously you lot in the UK are an hour behind me. I did it quite late today. I think it was gone 11:15, so it's probably 10:15. But sorry, Tommy, it's only going to be in the mornings. I can't help it. I get up early. I get up at 7 o'clock. Now I could go live 7:30, which would be 6:30. Be interesting to see who's awake that time in the morning. But thanks for asking. That's the main thing. Right, same here. Spent over an hour out of bed waiting for Sean's 5 minutes. Sorry, Steve. It's just the way it is, mate. Can't make it easy, can I? I got 26 of you managed to do it. I'll be honest. I'm amazed the amount of people because I just go live. I can go live now, and I'm amazed the amount of people there waiting. Did you bring? Right, Deb's saying, did you bring much with you when you moved to England? Okay, what we'll do now, I'm just going to mark that question that Yogi's going to ask me. I'll do that for next week. Okay, that's a good question, that, Deb. And God, the amount of arguments that we had. Now, I've known some people that have bought a property I didn't know. And I suppose going back to that question, wish I'd known before I moved here about buying property here that's fully furnished, because that would have saved me a lot of money. But we didn't know that. We obviously looked at property, and I think it's one of the things we didn't really ask about does it come furnished? So we bought all our stuff. We bought a shipping container. And the arguments happened because my wife wanted to bring it all, and it would have ended up 2 shipping containers. But I managed to whittle her down to a shipping container. But I've known people come over here with a couple of suitcases, and to be honest, I wish we'd done that because that would have been so much easier. I mean, even the car we brought over was laden with stuff. I'm amazed how Bonnie ever fitted in the car, and the 2. No, we had one bird then. Yeah, we bought too much. I can safely say that. But then we didn't really know. I mean, there are obviously property here that's got nothing. And I will be honest, furniture I think is expensive compared to the UK. You can buy some nice stuff in the UK really cheap. But here, I think it's expensive. But we bought over a hell of a lot. And also we had a bit of a problem. Like all things, we were trying to sell the property in the UK. It all happens at once, right on Christmas. The company that we'd sort of hoping that we could get to bring it over just couldn't do it because it was their busiest time. So we had to put it into storage and put it into 2 big lockups. And then in the new year, we managed to, obviously we got the property first, got settled in, and then we contacted another company to ship it over on a massive trailer. And the funny thing is, the guy that turned up, I knew him. How weird's that? I actually knew the guy that dropped off the stuff, poor bloke, because he had to bring it all in. And I think it must have took us 6 months because they brought it all into the basement here. Obviously, some stuff went upstairs, but a lot of it went down there. Oh, God. I wouldn't want to go through all that again. I think, next time, suitcase job. Is there insurance for you if you find squatters in your house? No. Unfortunately, there are people around Spain. If you put on the Facebook that you want to get rid of squatters, I'm sure you'll be inundated with these, what I call private, like bodyguard companies. I mean, they're going to charge you for it. But if you want to get rid of the squatters, I mean, one thing about Spain, it has changed the law a bit. When squatters break into a property, it's happened to us. We got squatters across the road. I mean, they've been all right. They're not bothered us. But they've been here 2 years now. But the house that they took over, nobody owns it. The only time you can get rid of squatters if you own it. If you own the property and they broke in and your neighbour has seen what's happened, you can call the police. The police will contact you and they can deal with it within 48 hours. You've got that 48 hours to get them out, but they need the owner. Without the owner, they can't do nothing. They will not enter that gate. That's the only ludicrous thing here. But after 48 hours, if you haven't dealt with it, then it goes to the courts, and that can take a while. But there are private security companies that will deal with it, but you obviously got to pay them to chuck them out. But apparently, it's in the law. Apparently, as they say. Oh, and Martin's just said it's called Duckopus. Duckopus. It's not. I know it's not right. Yeah, but it's the only thing about Spain. They're just not into this squatter thing yet. Right. Get cameras as soon as you got squatters. Jump on the plane within 48 hours. Yeah, I mean, having cameras fitted up, and some of these security cameras now are really good. I've got them. You can speak through them. They can take photographs. They can, they move about. They're not like just fixed cameras these days. Yeah, but you've got to deal with it in 48 hours. If you don't, it's going to take a while to get them out. Martin, there is a limited cover available reference squatters, but it only pays a few thousand euros to cover. For some reason, it's knocked me off. No, it hasn't. I'm still on. Okay, that's good. Okay, anyway, I've just noticed the time now. It's just gone 11 o'clock. So, guys, I'll get back to you next week. As Steve says, adios amigos. I don't know. I didn't press that then, but obviously it's telling me the hour is up. So, adios amigos. I'll catch back to next Sunday at 10 p.m. I don't know, Yogi. Spooky, eh? There's somebody about. Anyway, adios amigos. I'll catch you next week.